You didn't build a 7-figure HVAC or electrical business just to stay busy or sell it off to some big private equity firm. You built it to lead, to build a legacy, to become the trusted local legend in your town. This is Local Service Legends, the home service contractors podcast for owners who play the long game. Hosted by Lee Landesh and Justin Fortato, we talk marketing that drives booked jobs, operations that scale, and the mindset it takes to build something worth keeping. You'll hear from real owners who kept control, stayed local, and built companies their families can be proud of. If you're ready to grow, lead, and leave your name on something that lasts, let's get to work.
Yeah. Welcome back. As always, we got Alexis on the board. Alexis, what's going on today?
Nothing much.
What you got for us?
All right. So, why do homeowners expect contractors to be like Amazon? They're fixing ACs, they're not delivering packages. Are customers being unrealistic, or is the expectation real?
I think the problem with that is Amazon and the internet, man. I think the internet has kind of created an instant culture for everybody now. Like
instant gratification.
Yeah, you want everything right away. COVID probably didn't help with that either, because now we can just like get on our phones, order something from Target, pull up, and they bring it outside. So it created that almost an instant gratification that everybody needs.
Like the food delivery services and stuff like that.
Right. You put a couple things in your phone, and next thing you know, you got groceries at your house. So
Right.
I think the culture of America has kind of shifted to that instant gratification. And I think it's because of things like Amazon, Prime, next day delivery. Some places you can get literally an hour delivery, so everything's moving to that instant gratification. So that's why I think when it comes to the home service side of things, being able to answer the phone and help somebody instantly. I know online bookings and things like that as well. Like people want to get on the website, they want to do what they want to do on their time whenever they can.
Scheduling too.
Yeah, and everybody's busy.
Well, you said booking.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't want to get on the phone call.
Right. A
lot of the younger people, I realize, do not like to talk on the phone. So if they can jump on their phone, schedule a booking, it'd be ideal for them.
All right, but what if it's like a small shop? What if they have only a few contractors with them? They don't have enough time to just stand by the phones waiting.
Yeah, I think there's some stuff that you can implement.
Yeah, I mean, we like to put AI voice agents on.
Yeah.
That can answer the phone, especially if it's a small crew. Somebody might be in the attic and you're still answering your phone. I think that's one of the first hires you should probably make, though, is somebody to answer your phones.
Right. And you mentioned booking already. Like that's something. I mean, even a small shop can have a booking link on their website.
Right. And you don't have to do anything about that. All you have to do is connect your House Call Pro to your website, and boom, now people can book online. And then, like I'm saying, as far as the phone goes, an answering service, they got AI tools now that can answer the phone. But when somebody calls, you need to make sure you're answering immediately.
All right, but like if you use those kind of technologies, like what happens if a customer books online and they pick a time that like how can you use that technology to work best with your company time?
I mean, you just need to manage that schedule just like you normally would. If you're worried about that happening, what I would do is maybe only allow automated bookings in the evenings from like 1 till 4. That way, when you get your booking the next morning, you just look at it and say, okay, well, we can take care of this person at 10 a.m. Call them up and be like, we're available at 10 a.m. Are you available at that point? Or do you want to keep your late appointment? And that gives them the option. You get them on the calendar right away. You don't have to worry about them not calling. But then at the same time, you can still manage your calendar that way and put people in the right orders.
Right. And I think
if somebody's hot, they're not going to say no.
Yeah.
Come
through.
No, I want you to come later.
No, I think setting expectations too. Like I think on the site or on the booking link, you can put request an appointment, and you can say the CSR is going to be with you, or a customer representative is going to be with you shortly or tomorrow or whenever.
We're going to verify your appointment.
To verify your appointment. So it needs to be expected that this was a request. It's not set in stone yet. It's going to be verified shortly.
Okay. Do you think there's any other like important platforms to like look into other than same day scheduling, booking online, things like that? Like what other important aspects get into?
we were just at a conference talking about price estimators.
Yeah.
Getting quotes online. Um, the internet these days, that's helping with SEO as well. People want to understand something, they want to find something. So when they're coming to your website, for instance, they're looking for an estimate on a heat pump installation. There's many options, but you don't have to give them an exact price. So you can come in there, have a calculator on there, figure out the square footage, figure out what size unit they're going to need, and then you can give a price range. This is going to cost you anywhere from $13,000 to $20,000, and you given them a price, you're giving them what they need, and then you follow up. Hey, but to get a legitimate estimate, contact us now. And don't give the estimate without getting some type of email address, phone number, or something like that. It's also a lead magnet. So when they come in, they fill out all the information. They're invested in this process now. So that last screen is like, okay, tell us where to send the quote. And then when you send that quote to that email, you just make it very clear. This is a roundabout estimate. There's so many things that can change the price of this. Contact us today. We'll go ahead and we'll come to your house and schedule an appointment to get your real estimate. I think those are huge right now.
No, absolutely.
Okay. And that kind of leads me into another question I have with like kind of online financing options, things like that. So if they're in person and they don't do well with like selling, like they kind of feel like a salesman, how can they come off more, I don't know, like
Like a consultant,
yeah,
so to
almost
speak.
like
Yeah, look, we're very service heavy over here. I think if you serve the customer and and you're trusted in your community, that's going to turn into the install one way or the other down the road. So I would go in there with some options, really. Like, okay, look, I can repair this unit for X amount of dollars. It's a €5 unit. I would say, that's a good viable option for you right now. Well, I can also change the air handler for you because that's where the issue lies, and we can get you a brand new air handler. It'll be this price. Or we can do a complete system upgrade. That's going to be this price. So I'm giving them 3 options. I'm giving them a cheap repair. I'm giving them, hey, let's fix the problem. We'll get half the unit fixed, or the full idea, because it depends where somebody's at in their life.
And that's where you present financing.
Right. And you can present the financing because, look, this person may have just put a roof on their house. And while maybe the unit is 10, 15 years old, it's time to start looking at another one. If they can get another 3 years out of it by fixing a control board or something like that, that would put them in a much better place because they just spent, $30,000 on a roof or something like that. So I think making sure that they have options and working with them to understand their situation is where you really want to be. You don't want to force them into a sale of a new unit.
Right.
Like saying, and you don't want to just only present the repair option either, because they may had in the back of their mind that they wanted to update this unit. It might be a planned expense that they were planning on. So you don't want to short sell yourself short, but at the same time, you don't want to force them into a new unit.
yeah,
And
you don't want to be pushy.
right, and that's where you're going to differentiate yourself from like these big private equity companies that only care about installs.
Right,
You're
right.
more of a partner, a trusted partner to them that's working with them to do the right thing by them. Where a lot of these companies just come in and want to sell you a new unit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every customer is going to be different. Everybody's in a different stage of their life, so I think it's good to have options. You can't just have a cookie cutter one thing, one shot, one kill approach, because it's not going to fit everybody.
Right.
Yeah. And let's say like contractors, like they start making these changes, they start seeing, more clients coming in, leads. How do they potentially ask for reviews after a job without being pushed?
I I think they should just ask.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think there's a stigma behind asking for a review, but I think especially in a home service type of business, these people, if you do a good job and you make them happy, they are going to give you a good review. Sometimes you just need to ask, because they might not be thinking about it at the time,
Right.
and then they're like, oh yeah, I need to leave a review. Let me go leave a review.
Nobody does. And rarely do people. Yeah, they're thinking. And so you have to ask them for
You
it.
do. I mean,
It's-
people aren't thinking about it.
Right.
They're very gracious that you were able to fix their problem.
They're
But
gracious,
they're
but
not.
they're
They're not
also
thinking.
they paid you to do it. So it's
Right.
not like they're like, oh, this person came to my house and fixed my air conditioner. Let me go give them a review.
Right.
They
They're not
paid
thinking
you to do
about it. Yeah.
Right. I think too, like QR codes on business cards and things like that. the highest conversion rate is going to be at the door with the customer after the job is done and they're happy.
Right.
So if they're afraid to ask or uncomfortable to ask, present them with a card like, hey, if you don't mind, if you can leave us a review, that'd be great. Hand them the card, let them take it with them. That way it's sitting on their counter. They see it. They'll leave you a review down the road, if not immediately. Also, it's important, just hook up Google Business and your review platform to any of your field management softwares.
Mhm.
When an invoice is sent, follow up with a review. Like
Makes it very simple.
right. And a lot of people, well, I don't want to send it. I'm worried about what if they don't give me a bad review? Well, just provide good service.
Right.
If you shouldn't be worried about getting a bad review if your business is doing good quality work for people. The only people who should be worrying about a bad review are shady people who's not doing the job properly or not satisfying their clients.
Right.
And even if you do, look, you can't please everybody.
Right. It's not gonna. It doesn't matter how good of a job you do. Somebody's gonna be mad about something.
Right.
But
But
it's human nature.
right. But if you have one negative review out of 20,
Yeah.
nobody cares.
Right.
It's expected.
Yeah.
If that's the case, people are looking at their reviews and like, look at this idiot. I mean, clearly you can't make that person happy,
Right.
because you have 100, 500 reviews and you got out of 500, you got 5 negatives. It's clear who the problem is
That
at that point.
the people that do best on Google Business have a star rating of, I believe what I saw was 4.7 to 4.9.
Yeah.
So you're gonna the best businesses on Google Business have negative reviews.
A 5.0 rating
It
looks
almost looks fake. Yeah.
because it's hard to maintain that. Somebody's not going to be happy.
Right. If you're in between a 4.7 and a 4.9, then
Keep it roll.
that's you're right where you need to be.
Okay. And what if contractors are kind of having trouble with their texts about asking people for reviews or trying to give people different financial options and not just trying to push out the easiest one?
Training.
Yeah.
Training.
Training's key.
Yeah.
If they can't do the basic job you need them to do, they need to understand like their job is also tied to this. If they can't provide and lay out, that's part of their job. They're a consultant. They're an air quality consultant or something like that. It's not that they're just a tech. In today's world, you got to be able to come in, consult with the client, get to know them, and be that customer service driven agent for the company. You can't have the owner of the company driving all the trucks. So I think it's important. It's if they don't train, you have to deal with that as if you would deal with any other way that
Right.
if they're not following company policies,
Right. If they're not prepared, I mean that's I guess that's on leadership.
Yeah.
All right. And what's around the corner for the business side? Which should contractors?
AI.
Yeah. Embrace it.
Oh yeah, got to. In 5 years, who knows where AI is going to be?
Right. I don't
Yeah.
think that AI is going to be putting a generator in or putting these things in, but how about AI monitoring the generators? Right now you're manually monitoring these things. You're getting alerts. Having AI kind of monitoring things and sending the proper people information, AI scheduling, quoting, all that good
Mhm.
stuff. I think any legwork that you're doing right now that's kind of repetitiveness, things like that, I think AI can come in and kind of, you embrace it and it can help grow the business.
Mhm.
People who don't embrace the AI side of things are going to end up getting left
They're going
behind.
to get
Yeah,
And we're
like
left in the
you have
dust.
to kind of start now to start competing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
that
and right now it's tough. Like AI is every day there's something new.
Right.
There's a new we read about something today.
Yeah, I can't
It's
open,
like wait a minute.
You
Now you can
can't-
do this?
you can't open a piece of software that doesn't have an AI bot in it now.
Yeah.
And some of it I just don't understand. Like Facebook, for instance, I hate Facebook's AI.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to search something that's like AI suggests yada 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 yada. And I'm like,
Mhm.
well, that sucked. That's not what I was looking for. I'm just trying to find somebody's profile.
Yeah.
So you got to weed through it. You can't take all the AI. Some of it's going to be good. Some of it's going to be bad. But you really need to look at the industry and see what's trending at that given time. Because if you don't embrace it,
Right.
you're going to regret it.
Yeah, and look, I mean, and you brought something real basic.
Mhm.
I say basic, not many people are doing it, but the price calculators.
Yeah.
You know, that's something I wouldn't say it's around the corner. It's
No, it's
something
here.
you can do now,
Right.
Mhm.
and that's going to increase your conversion rates
Right.
tenfold.
Well, and too, like we built a couple AI bots that help. So it's almost a price generator. So the AI has all the information based off of what size generators can handle what size loads and all that stuff.
Mhm.
We know how much power a refrigerator takes. We know how much power AC takes. We know how much power all this takes. So why not have it all into this AI bot where the AI can have a conversation with the client,
Right.
saying, okay, well, what size house do you have? How many refrigerators do you have? Okay, you have an electric washer, electric dryer. Do you have a gas heater or an electric heater? Answer the questions. Now the AI should be able to come out and say, okay, you're going to need this size generator. And
Right.
this is the estimates to get this size generator installed. Would you like for me to pass this on to my sales team? So you can do a lot of that legwork without anybody
Mm-hmm.
being involved, and you get the qualified lead
Right.
delivered to your sales team at that point. You know the size house they have, you know how many appliances they have. You basically know what size unit they need to do. And now you're just closing leads instead of having to go give estimates all the time.
Mhm.
And that can be done today.
Yes.
All right. So would you say your final advice would be kind of just looking to new trends, what's going on in the industry, and kind of keeping up?
Oh, absolutely. I think
Embrace.
you gotta keep up with the trends.
Yep. If you're
You're
still
gonna get
using,
left behind.
if you're still using pen and paper for writing estimates, and you're still storing all your clients in a Excel spreadsheet,
Yeah.
you got to get with the times, because life will be so much easier. You can track so much more, and you can really market to your existing clients and
Maintenance
future
agreements
clients
are still
better.
using paper for maintenance agreements.
Right. If you're still mailing out a postcard,
Right.
trying to
Yeah.
get people to sign up every year, get them on an automated plan.
Yep.
It's crazy how many people we see still do that.
I know.
So,
I know. I think it's still a thing in the home service industry.
Right.
You know,
and
we know how valuable it is to get it from paper to paperless.
Right.
Get
You
into an
shouldn't-
automated system.
you shouldn't have to manually have somebody renew a maintenance agreement every year. That
Yeah.
needs to be on autopilot. That should be a almost like compounding interest. Every year you should have more and more maintenance agreements by default without extra work.
Right.
All right. So we're done for the day?
You want to do reviews?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. What, you got some more reviews for us to listen to?
Oh, of course.
Awesome. It's my favorite part, honestly.
All right. So I don't know if you can see the second company.
Let's see here. Oh Lord, you're gonna make me read this?
Not all of it. It was
All
a
right.
lot long. It was a lot longer, but I kind of just want y'all's opinion on how this company answered it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and try to read this review again.
And
What-
one of y'all could read the review. One of y'all could read the reply.
That'll work.
I'll read
All
the
right.
review.
All right, go ahead.
Was recommended this company for central air service from an online group in East Bridgewater. Called and scheduled an appointment for the following week. No call, no show to the appointment. Now, a week after the appointment was scheduled, and I still have not been contacted at all. I guess customers are expendable to peers. Oh.
Yeah,
Had
that's fine.
another company come out with no issues. Update. Was contacted by R, who was one of the owners after posting this review. He apologized several times, told me that I got lost in the mix somewhere, and said that is absolutely not how they do business. Definitely seemed to be a very genuine phone call, and I appreciate it very much. Says a lot about a company when an owner makes the effort to correct a mistake.
All right. And the respond is, we apologize again for the mix-up and appreciate you updating your review. Providing the best possible service is our top priority, and we value each of our customers. Thank you for understanding that this was a mistake and not a reflection of us as a company.
Prayer hands.
Prayer hands. Actually, that's not them. That's other people responding with prayer hands. It's 4 people. Prayer hands.
Oh,
Oh, I thought that was them responding.
Yeah, so 4 other people found that useful or agreed.
Prayer
Good job.
hands.
Yeah, prayer hands.
I wonder
Um,
why they're using prayer. Okay,
but
whatever.
this goes straight back to
Or are they
what we-
clapping? Is that a clap?
You know,
Oh, is that a high five? Is that what it is?
everybody
Okay.
has ideas on what this is. So I guess we don't know. But problem is, like we say, we talked about Amazon like service. This person called looking for service right away, and nobody followed up until a week later. If that person could have went scheduled online on the calendar and had just put into the text schedule automatically, this would have been avoided. Wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
So I think simple scheduling link,
Mhm.
AI answering service, or an answering service in general that has access to the text calendar that could have popped this on the calendar would have solved this problem. Wouldn't have had a 2-star review.
Yeah. And I think the response was, it seems like it was handled correctly,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
Seems like the person was receptive of how they handled it. So I see nothing wrong with it,
Yep.
other than the
It
issue
shoulda
that could have been corrected in
Right.
the
Shouldn't
front
have been
end.
an issue in the beginning.
Right.
Mhm. All right. For the next one, I personally think the company responded in a professional way. I do think it was a little silly, the review that was said, but I kind of want to know y'all's thoughts on if y'all would have, as the company owner, said anything different.
All right. So they came to replace a toilet. Did not let them finish. They were trying to drive up the cost right from the beginning. Very nice people, but buyer beware. They will take your kids' college money for simple repairs.
Oh, damn. Okay. Um, Good afternoon. I'm sorry. This is the response
This
from
is the
from the
response.
company.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. I have reached out to our specialists who were on site and reviewed their notes that were entered at the time they were there yesterday to gain as much information as possible to respond appropriately to your review and also add as much context for readers as possible.
Yeah. And then there was a whole, like, a bunch of paragraphs
Okay.
describing exactly what happened
Okay.
while they were there.
I'm about to say it. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then, sorry,
And-
the being
all
in
right.
business.
Being in business, 99 years and counting, and over 1,300 5-star reviews, it should be very clear we are not in any way here to price gouge or take your children's college funds. If you would like to call and speak with a manager regarding this, we strongly advise you to do so. We're still more than happy to assist you. Please call the number.
No problem with the response here. I think leaning on the 1,300 5-star reviews, that goes back to also what we talked about earlier.
Mhm.
You know, when people see you have 1,300 5-star reviews and you got one person that comes in here and says they're trying to take my kids' college funds, they're expensive. This is one of those people you can't please. They don't understand the cost of operating a company. They don't understand that you have to pay insurance on the truck. You have to pay insurance on your employee. You have to pay the employee. You got to pay for the gas to get there. All this is time. All this is money. This person doesn't realize that. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there. And I think it's clear when you have 1,300 reviews that you're not the problem. This person may not understand the cost. Now, what we can do maybe is we need to get a little bit better at explaining the cost of this, because a lot of people come and like, oh, this only costs this much from here, and you're charging me X amount of dollars. We need to educate them and let them know why the price is this point, why it's costing this much. That there's other things besides the cost of the toilet or the cost of the seal. I think it's a little bit, I don't want to say just write the customer off, because you have to try to explain it. You want to be good.
Right.
But sometimes, like, I don't think this person is going to change their 1-star review to a 5 once they understand the deal. Like, it was out of their price range.
And
Unfortunately,
that's at no fault to the company.
right. You have to stand behind your pricing. You
Right.
can't go undercut yourself because somebody doesn't understand the value. All you can do is educate them on the value of which the service that you're providing. If they still don't understand the value,
They can replace it themselves.
right, they have every right to go buy the toilet themselves and put
Right.
it in themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree. Now this next company. I love their responses. And I would love to know what y'all think.
Okay.
All right, you
All
want
right,
to read it?
yeah.
I'll respond.
I'll read it. All right. Consumer beware. This is the worst company we have ever hired. Last year, we had them come out to give us an estimate on central AC. We talked about what would be better for our home, ductless versus duct systems. We were told the duct system. That's all it says.
Response. We offered a settlement payment. They rejected. Love it. All right, next one. Go ahead, read the book.
All right. It says, the owner was extremely rude over the phone when trying to simply schedule services. He asked us to pay in advance of him coming to the property for repair, something no company ever does, without first diagnosing the problem and determining the cost. This sounds like a scam and illegitimate business. We happily went to a different business who took care of us with no hassle, rudeness, or problem. I do not recommend this company.
I was very rude. To give 1 star is rude. We never did any work. Oh, yeah, this is good stuff right
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
So, where do we start? Do not answer reviews like this.
Yeah, they're funny.
They are, but I wouldn't do it.
No, that is not good optics at all.
All right, that's
No,
good.
these negative reviews, and I think we talked about this on another episode, but it's all about optics, man. Like
Right.
you need to come off as professional. You know,
Right.
that's when you get these 1-star reviews, it's an opportunity to come off as the better person.
Right, and don't be rude when you answer the phone.
Right.
That would have solved that problem. Be nice.
Yeah.
If you can't be in a good mood every time you answer the phone for somebody calling you to give you money, don't answer the phone.
Right. Yeah.
Like get somebody, hire somebody else to answer the phone.
Yep.
And I also don't think that brings up a topic. I don't think the owner should be answering the phone to begin with because you're too close to your business.
Mhm.
That's asking for trouble. You don't. The owner, this guy seems to get very offended easily. And if he's answering the phone, that's going to turn into a bad mood or,
Oh yeah.
nothing good could come out of there. Like, let's get somebody trained that can handle even tempered, can handle customer service, know how to handle rejection, know how to handle criticism. That's not so close to it.
Right.
Because that's your personal business you've been working on. And look, you have to defend your business, but
Yeah.
you don't want to lose it over something simple.
Yeah.
If you
And
can't hold your temper, don't answer. Get
You got
somebody to answer
artificial
it.
intelligence.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So this next one, I'm gonna read a section just because it's so long.
Okay.
But I do want to say that it starts out with, in all caps, "Don't waste your time, scumbag owner." So yeah, I think the owner
Well-
should kind of step away.
Oh, was it not on the
I don't
on the
see it.
Oh, is it not on there?
No, but
Okay. Well, I'll read this little section, and he did not respond to this one, which I think was for the best. Although I love his responses,
Okay.
I think it's pretty good.
Is it the same company?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But if he were to
oh,
respond,
there it is.
how should he?
All right. He didn't
Um,
respond. That's why we didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right.
So I'm gonna start this one towards the bottom. Let me see. So it says, after explaining to the owner how outrageous this price was for 2 hours worth of work, and on top, not what I was told for a price, he berates his employee, in parentheses, who was doing his best with the poor leadership he was under, with me on the line, then proceeds to tell me, and I quote, "Don't call us again because I don't need this BS," and hangs up on me. I manage over 1 million square feet of commercial and retail space this owner thought he was going to hit a grand slam on, what should have been run-of-the-mill repair, then got sour when his team didn't execute his scam. Believe me when I tell you, call someone else and thank me later.
This guy should not be running a business. So this guy should he may be a good tech, maybe. I don't know. Terrible attitude. He should I don't know what he should do. He shouldn't be running a business though.
No, he's not a business owner.
He's supposed to be providing a service to people, and
Like-
you need to treat people with respect, become trusted, become somebody people want to call. This guy, I haven't seen anything good said about him yet.
Look, I know, and listen, I understand. Like everybody has their bad days, but we're talking this review was 3 years ago, and this response was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
This response was 3 weeks ago. Like
So
this guy, and this review was a year ago. So we're talking like this is a trend.
I didn't even,
And
dude, how bitter are you to go back and respond to somebody like that 3 years later?
right.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. So we're talking like this guy has been he's the shit. He's a bad person.
Yeah.
I mean,
He should not be in the face of the company
no,
at all.
No. You know how I said we should always answer your phones? This dude he
no,
probably
don't.
do better not
yeah,
answering
just
his
don't
phone.
answer it, man. Don't answer it.
Yeah.
Quit answering your phone, dude.
Yep. Just close up shop. You don't want to help people.
No.
What you said about waiting 3 years to respond, I want y'all to keep that in mind for another review coming up.
Okay.
soon. There's a next one, and it was a little bit longer than 3 years. Now, it doesn't look like it on the timeline of the review,
Mhm.
but the company's response. Yeah, it was a long time.
Okay.
Oh, is it the professor? Is that the one you're talking about? Right above it? Or no?
the the one I'm talking about looks
Okay. Yeah. So
Okay.
what? Oh, so Mr.
Wow.
D never attended to the problems I was having. Specifically, he didn't install ducts needed to be installed on the outside. He left the ducts very small, 2 units of air conditioning burst. I went to tell him to repair it, and he wanted more money for his mistake. I went again, and the only thing he is interested in is money. He never responded to the calls. He never responded to go fix the bad install. If you're interested in going with company name, he has -0. Oh, she wants to go with -0. He has never responds, has never showed his face. He just wants money, overall bad service, and no response. Mr. G.
All right. So it says, Mr. This is the response from the business. Mr. G only allowed so much space to install ductwork. This has been 30 years since the installation. We have installed other units for Mr. Gomez. Sorry things didn't work out due to the fact of the space given to install. Mr. Gomez, I keep saying the name.
You can say his name.
Mr. Gomez wanted to pay as little as
There's a
possible.
lot of Mr. Gomez's in the country.
Yeah.
But okay. Well, unfortunately, I don't know both sides of the story.
30 years?
Was
30.
Okay,
It's been 30
I have
years
a
since the
question.
installation.
Is this saying it's been 30 years since this company has been in business for 45 plus years?
All right.
So it's possible. And they told in other reviews, they went and responded to people saying, "Hey, I think you have the wrong company. Maybe try this one." Or they would say, "We're so sorry." So they
Right.
would tell people whether they have the right company or not.
Yeah.
So they have the right company. So did this person just wait 30 years to come back?
Yeah, but and
But it-
also too, like maybe the company owner made this dude mad some kind of way, and he just wanted to come back 30
it
years
does
later
say-
and try to destroy it. You don't have both.
It does say we have installed other units. So did he make them mad another time recently? And he's like,
Well-
"Well, this first time 30 years ago."
Yeah, I mean, look, I think they
That-
responded to this review as best as they could. To be honest with you, I mean,
Yeah, I don't have anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with the response. I'm just trying to figure out
I would-
why 30. Why is this guy coming at him 30 years later?
right.
You
So
know,
that's the
that
story we
raises
don't
questions for
know.
me.
Yeah.
But the question too is like they're over here talking about you want to play as little as possible, or we've done it. Man, I don't remember what I did 2 weeks ago, much less 30 years
I don't
ago.
know. I don't
So
even,
how
I
does
forgot
he
where
know
we went to go eat just now.
Right. So how does he have the details? Oh yeah, I remember him. He didn't want to pay. He didn't have. Yeah, he wanted to pay as little as possible. So I would have just left that part out because I don't know if he remembered all that. And I mean, did you
Yeah.
have a CRM 30 years ago? Probably not.
No.
Yeah, that one.
What year was that?
I believe
30 years
That was the
ago?
90s. That's back in the 1900s.
Yeah, 1900s, man. It's a long time ago.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right. This next company, they did not respond to this bad review, and this review added a picture to theirs. So I want to know what y'all would say. What y'all's response would be.
All right. So this company is fraudulent. They take your money and run. They don't answer your calls. They really suck as a human being to take money from seniors on a limited budget. Wow, what a shame. I do not recommend, but I'll pray for you. You definitely need it
Yeah.
doing business like that. License status canceled as pictures for fraud. Well, and I think this dude just crawled up in his hole. He's probably out of business, which is why he didn't respond. He's like, I'm done. I mean, his status is revoked.
Right.
He's stealing stealing money from old ladies.
Yeah, there was multiple seniors having.
I think this is a chuck in a truck trying to take advantage of people, took advantage of people, finally realized it wasn't going to cut it for him. And you know what? Let's shut it down. I see that. We
Taking
see that a
advantage
lot.
of people will never get you anywhere.
No.
It
And
might get you somewhere in the very short term,
Right.
but long term, you ain't getting nowhere.
yeah. I mean, that's unfortunately the issue with a lot of the chuck in the trucks.
Yeah.
And people who are doing, there's a lot of chuck in the trucks doing great service.
Yeah. I mean, most of them are doing, They're trying to grow. They're trying to do their thing.
Unfortunately, you get grouped into one big group.
Yeah.
And I think that's when building the business and why it's important to keep building that business, getting you more text, showing the trustworthiness of you, getting the reviews, because you're up against a bad rap already. So if you are by yourself, I think it's important to get all those reviews as quick as possible. Answer the phone and give top notch service because
Right.
you're in an uphill battle, basically.
Yeah, we can relate in our industry.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Would you say there's anything they can say to respond to try and make it better? Or
I don't think he cares. I think he was out of business.
yeah.
I think he shut shop down.
Okay.
yeah, and I mean, if he was still in business and you had multiple reviews like this, I don't know how you would respond, because I mean, after what 3 or 4, 5 reviews that are saying the same thing,
Just don't do it.
yeah, like,
Don't take advantage of old people in the first place.
what do you say to that?
If you should be doing anything, you should be helping out the
Right.
seniors in the community.
Yeah.
You know, and back in the day, I can't tell you, when I was a kid, my uncle would pick me up on Sundays and we would go fix old people's air conditioners that went out, because he didn't want to get our techs. He wanted to give our techs off, but he wasn't going to let an 80-year-old lady with cancer sit in her house hot the whole weekend. So he would run service calls, the owner of the company, and he'd pick me up. I was like 13 years old. I would climb in the attic because he was old himself. And he'd be like, "What you see up there?" And I'm like, "I don't know." But we
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Right. We would work through it, and we would make sure we take care of the seniors. And that's why he had a stellar reputation in our community. Anybody knew that if there was an issue, an emergency, you can call us. We were going to come out and take care of it. And I could promise you, I bet you wouldn't have found they didn't have reviews back then like Google, but I bet you he would have never had any negative reviews because he took care of the people in his community.
Yeah. Actually, our next 2 reviews, the first one is also about taking advantage of the elderly. These also don't have responses. I don't even know how I would respond
Yeah.
to
So
these. Like, they're just
this is a bad topic for me because I cannot stand people who take advantage of the elderly.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to make me mad.
mhm.
That's just bad people, man.
Yeah.
You know, I think that these people that you're posting on here, I don't think that they're real companies. I think they're just people trying to scam people.
Mhm.
I think the negative reviews that they're getting, they don't care about it. They're just going to move on to the next scam,
Yeah.
the next thing that they can make quick money on, and it's going to be something different. So I don't think they really care. I can't tell you how to respond to this because I would never
Yeah.
do
And
something like this. And to be honest with you, we don't work with people who do stuff like this. So this is not something that we come across. I just think that's completely wrong.
yeah. It's just so crazy. Like, this person is talking about they don't want to make a statement because they're still talking to an attorney.
Yeah, no, that
Like-
person deserves to get sued.
Like, that is crazy.
All right.
These people should not be in business. Yeah, I mean, I think they're getting what's coming to them right at this point. Like I said, there's always 2 sides of the story, but being that they didn't respond to any of this, chances are these people are probably right. Sometimes, guess what? The negative review is
Mhm.
right.
Especially
And
when most of them are the same.
right,
Yep.
when you don't respond to it, I'm going to say it's probably right. Like, you can't, how are you going to respond to it? Yeah, I did this. You know,
Nuh-uh.
like, there's nothing.
I mean, there might be a way to respond if you didn't do anything wrong, but
Right,
like you were saying, like if you got 3 or 4 reviews saying the same thing,
right.
then how are you going to defend yourself? I mean, a trend's a trend, dude.
Right. And like I'm saying, I would not give anybody an opportunity to write something like this. And if they did, and that's not true, you have to come and tell your side of the story online. You
Mhm.
need to put it out there. This is not what happened, or this is, what happened. And you need to be very careful in your wording because you don't want to come off to where you're bullying somebody on there. You need to be respectful all the time. And this is a difficult one because, like I'm saying, we've never really encountered stuff like this.
Yeah.
And look, I'm sure there's times where things like this aren't real. I've just never encountered it.
Well, we
And
vet our prospective clients
Yeah.
too. So like we we'll read reviews. If
Yeah.
we read something like this, we wouldn't take them on.
Right. We would never take a client on that did that. And unfortunately, we'd have to talk to them. We'd talk to them and see their side of the
Yeah.
story.
Mm-hmm.
But if they couldn't give a good reasoning behind it, and it was
Yeah.
just an argument between the client and this, and they had no valid reason to do what they did.
Well, if they didn't even respond to the review, like how are they explain it?
That's my
Right.
They
point.
didn't
Like,
even tell the
Exactly.
person.
I think
Yeah.
if this really didn't happen, they would have responded because nobody wants this kind of stuff as their name. You wouldn't just ignore this. Yeah.
It's all the bad reviews for today.
Well, ended on a bad note, huh? Hey, got me all upset because there are people taking advantage of elderly women.
I don't know. I think my favorite one was the guy fighting back,
Oh, that
calling
was
the other
definitely.
person rude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you are.
No, like,
I'm
that's my
rude.
favorite.
All
Yeah,
right.
don't respond like that.
Well, thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Local Service Legends. If you're serious about building a business that lasts, not one you have to sell, you're in the right place. For more resources to grow your HVAC or electrical company, head over to servicehawk.io. And if you're wondering how you stack up against others in the industry, click Get Your Free Audit. We'll show you what's working, what's costing you jobs, and how to own your market for good. Until next time, keep leading, keep growing, and keep building your legacy.